The thermometer inside your booth reads 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The air conditioning broke 2 hours ago, but the line of cars stretching back into Mexico hasn't stopped. You smell unwashed bodies, cheap diesel, and burnt clutch plates. You are standing at the San Isidro port of entry, the busiest land border crossing in the Western Hemisphere. To the tourists in the cars, you are Officer Miller. You are the first line of defense for the United States. You are the dark blue uniform of Customs and Border Protection. On your hip is a Heckler & Koch P2000. In your pocket is a federal badge. But to the man watching you through binoculars from a rooftop in Tijuana, you are not Officer Miller. You are El Portero, the doorman. You are the most valuable asset the Sinaloa cartel possesses. A submarine costs $1 million and might sink. A tunnel costs $2 million and might collapse. But you cost $50,000 a shipment, and you are 100% effective. You don't need to dig under the wall. You just have to press a button that lifts the gate. Most people think corruption starts with a suitcase full of cash in a dark alley. That is a movie cliché. In reality, it starts with a spotter. 6 months ago, you were at a bar in Chula Vista. You were complaining about your alimony payments. You are a GS-11 grade officer making $70,000 a year. After taxes, rent, and child support, you have $400 left for groceries. You are the working poor with a gun. A guy bought you a beer. He didn't look like a gangster. He looked like a businessman. He listened. He sympathized. "It's a shame," he said. "You protect this country, and the government lets you starve." 2 weeks later, he found you again. He slid a napkin across the table. It had a license plate number written on it. "This car is coming through your lane on Tuesday at 9 a.m., he whispered. "It's just carrying undocumented workers. No drugs. No terrorism. Just people looking for a job. Wave it through, and you find 10 grand in your glove box." You hesitated. You thought about your oath. Then you thought about the final notice on your electric bill. You did it. You watched the gray Honda Civic pull up. You didn't ask for ID. You didn't pop the trunk. You waved them through. That night, you found the cash wrapped in a Target bag under your seat. You paid your bills. You bought your son a PlayStation. You felt relief. But you didn't realize that you had just signed a contract in blood. Because the next time, it wasn't immigrants. It was 10 kilos of fentanyl. And the price wasn't an offer, it was a demand. Your job is a game of spot the lie. Every shift, you process 500 vehicles. You have about 45 seconds per car. You are trained to look for tells. Is the driver gripping the steering wheel too hard? Are his carotid arteries pulsing? Is the car too clean? Does the smell of air freshener overpower the smell of the interior? You are a human lie detector. But now, you have to reverse your training. You have to ignore the tells. It is Tuesday again. The phone in your pocket buzzes. It's a text message from a burner phone. Silver Ford F-150. Plates, 8XYZ990. Lane 4, 10:15 a.m. Your heart starts to hammer against your ribs. This is the adrenaline dump. You look at the clock. 10:14 a.m. You see the truck approaching. It's dirty. There are construction tools in the back. It looks normal. This is the genius of the cartel logistics. They don't use flashy cars. They use profile vehicles, cars that look exactly like the thousands of commuters who cross every day to work in San Diego. The driver pulls up. He hands you a passport card. He is an American citizen. He looks bored. He is a cool mule. He doesn't know you are on the payroll. He just knows he was told to pick this lane. You look at the screen. The computer runs his plate. If the computer flags him for a random inspection, you are dead. You can't override the computer without a supervisor's code. The screen flashes green. This is the moment. Your training screams at you. The bed of the truck looks slightly shallow. The bolts on the bumper look new. A K9 unit is walking down the line 3 cars back. If the dog alerts, you have to send him to secondary inspection. If you don't, and the dog hits, you are exposed. You sweat. Not from the heat, but from the terror. Anything to declare, you ask. Just lunch, the driver says. You look in the mirror. The dog handler is distracted. Go ahead, you say. You wave your hand. The gate lifts. The truck accelerates. It is carrying $5 million worth of methamphetamine and a false compartment built into the gas tank. You just earned $50,000 in 30 seconds. But as the truck disappears onto Interstate 5, you don't feel rich. You feel like you are going to vomit. The money is a problem. You can't spend it. You can't buy a new car. You can't pay off your mortgage. You can't deposit it in the bank. The Office of Professional Responsibility, OPR, monitors your credit score. If a border agent suddenly pays off $50,000 in debt, lights go off in Washington, D.C. So you become a hoarder. You have stacks of vacuum-sealed cash hidden inside the drywall of your garage. You have bundles buried in PVC pipes in the desert. You are rich, but you live like a pauper. You eat instant ramen while sitting on a fortune. You buy expensive watches and wear them only in your bathroom, looking at yourself in the mirror, hating the reflection. The paranoia is worse than the poverty. Every car that pulls up could be an undercover agent from the Department of Homeland Security. Every time your supervisor calls you into his office, you think, this is it. They know. You start analyzing your coworkers. Officer Martinez in Lane 6 bought a new boat. Is he dirty too? Or is he a plant? You stop talking in the break room. You stop going to happy hour. You isolate yourself. The cartel senses your fear. They tighten the leash. The handler, the guy from the bar, meets you again. We need you to clear a van tomorrow, he says. I can't, you plead. There's a special operation tomorrow. Extra dogs. Random x-rays. He smiles. It's a cold, dead smile. I wasn't asking, he says. Then he shows you a picture on his phone. It's a picture of your son walking to school. Taken this morning. It would be a shame if he never made it to class, he says. Now you understand. You aren't an employee. You are a hostage. Silver or lead, plata o plomo. You took the silver. Now you own the lead. The technology is your enemy. The border is becoming a digital fortress. They have Vachi's machines, gamma-ray imaging systems that can see through steel. They have busters, density meters that can detect if a tire is full of air or full of heroin. You have to learn how to defeat them. You advise the cartel. Don't use the tires anymore, you tell them. The busters are too sensitive. Use liquid meth dissolved in windshield wiper fluid. The X-ray can't tell the difference between water and liquid meth. You are now a consultant for a criminal organization. You are using your federal training to help them poison your own community. You see the news. Overdose deaths spike in San Diego. You know that product came through your lane. You killed those kids. You drink yourself to sleep every night. Then comes the burn logic. The cartel is a business. They calculate risk versus reward. Eventually, you become too expensive. Or too risky. One day, they send a sacrificial lamb. A car pulls up in your lane. It's not on the list. You do your job. You inspect it. You find 20 kilos of cocaine in the trunk. It's a sloppy load. Too easy to find. You make the arrest. You feel like a hero. The supervisor pats you on the back. Good catch, Miller. But then you see the driver. He isn't scared. He is looking at you. He is smiling. The cartel sacrificed this load. Why? To distract the supervisors while a 500-kilo semi-truck goes through lane 8? Or maybe the driver is going to talk. Maybe the cartel is cleaning house. If the driver implicates you, you go to prison. If you go to prison, you can't testify against the cartel leaders because they will kill you inside. You are trapped in a pincer movement. Internal Affairs is watching you. The cartel is blackmailing you. You are walking a tightrope over a pit of vipers. You start planning your exit. You have $2 million buried in the desert. You think about running. Just getting in your car and driving north until you hit Canada. Or flying to Thailand. But you know they will find you. The cartel has reach everywhere. And the feds? They never stop looking. You remember Officer Rodriguez, who worked the night shift. He got caught last year. They didn't just fire him. They gave him 20 years in federal prison. The inmates know he was a cop. He is in protective custody, PC, alone in a cell 23 hours a day, because if he steps into the general population, he is a dead man. That is your future. It is 2 p.m. The shift is almost over. The sun is brutal. The heat waves shimmer off the asphalt. Your phone buzzes. Black SUV. Lane 4. Now. Do not check the back. You look up. A black Suburban is idling at the stop line. The windows are tinted pitch black. You can't see the driver. This feels different. Usually, it's drugs. Drugs are quiet. But the suspension of the SUV is riding low. Is it weapons? Is it a high-value target? Is it a kidnapped rival? Or is it a test? Internal Affairs sometimes sends fake loads through to test your integrity. If you wave it through, a SWAT team jumps out and arrests you on the spot. You look at the SUV. You look at the K9 unit 50 feet away. You look at the camera above your booth. Your hand hovers over the button. If you open the gate, you might go to prison for life. If you don't open the gate, your son might not come home from school. The driver honks. The sweat stings your eyes. You take a breath. You close your eyes. You press the button. The gate rises. The SUV rolls past you. You see the reflection of your own face in the tinted glass. You look tired. You look like a criminal. You realize that the border isn't a line in the sand. It's a line in your soul. And you crossed it a long time ago. This is the Underground Explainer. We have breached the wall. We have paid the bribe. But once the product is inside, who sells it? Next time, we hit the streets. POV, you are a street dealer. Subscribe. Or the Internal Affairs Integrity Unit will be waiting at your locker.